Hi, we're here with Antonio from Silverfish, the UK Fox suspension distributor, and he's going to be showing us the new Fox Podium fork. So what is so special about this fork?
First and most obvious difference is it's an upside down fork, also known as an inverted fork, a lot like you see on motorbike suspension and whatnot. Okay. Some may remember that Fox had a prototype upside down 40 back in 2011 that never actually made production at the time. So it's not new to Fox either, something they've been playing with for a few years. And now we have our production Podium fork.
And what's the advantage of the upside down fork over a normal single crown fork?
First advantage would be that the seals are permanently lubricated, which reduces the sort of initial fork friction. And then with this chassis design, they have managed to increase the bushing overlap. And what that means is it increases the stiffness of the fork.
And is it more flexible than the 38?
No, it's actually stiffer than a 38 and more in line with Fox 40 stiffness when you look at the fore and aft or the splaying force. What that means is with head angles getting slacker, bike forks have been under more and more load of late, so this sort of is a massive noticeable difference. The torsional stiffness, which is your steering stiffness, that's more comparable to the existing 38 and the new 36.
And who do you see this fork aimed at, as in what type of rider?
It comes in 170 or 160 mil travel, so this fork is perfect for your enduro racers or e-bike riders, anyone hammering the laps and really sort of looking to prioritise descending performance.
And who is it not for?
All of this performance does come at a small weight penalty. However, we've found, you look at the riders nowadays, we're bolting downhill tyres, coil shocks, tyre inserts, even lead weights if you're looking at downhill bikes. So we're really seeing an advantage to weight and descending performance. And then pair that up with something like the Fox Neo Shock, you've now got the ability to pedal up with, far more efficiently than before.
Okay, we're here in Wales, the sun is shining, it doesn't normally. Mudguards, for when that rain does come. Are you going to be producing one specifically for this fork, as you have done with all the others? I knew that question would come up. Yes, there will be a mudguard. However, we won't have one available for launch, so keep an eye out, end of 2025, we'll have a mudguard available. Okay, is there anything else that we need to know? Will it just bolt straight onto a normal bike?
It's worth noting that the fork uses a 20mm axle, what you see on your downhill bikes. That's probably the most noticeable difference if you're looking to fit this onto an existing bike. Everything else, 200 or 220mm rotor, tapered steerer tube, everything else is compatible.
Okay, the question everybody wants to know, how much?
The retail price in the UK is £2,199.
Okay, so how does everybody set these up? Where does the air go in and your rebound and compression settings?
Cool, so it is upside down, so things are in a little bit of a different place. The rebound and the compression is still in your usual spot on the right-hand leg, so you've got your high-speed and low-speed compression from the Grip X2 damper, and then high and low-speed rebound at the bottom of the leg. On the other hand, the air goes in at the bottom of the fork, so you've got your air valve down here, which is obviously upside down, or the opposite way around to a traditional fork.
For somebody setting these forks up, would they use pretty much the same setting from a current, say, 38 fork, same air pressures, rebound, compression, or would it need to start from?
It has a custom-tuned Grip X2 damper for this fork because the unsprung mass is slightly different to a normal fork. The reduced in friction meant they've actually upped the compression slightly. So no, long story short, refer to the tuning guide that comes with the fork and start afresh with your setup.
And with SAG's setting, is it still pretty much the same?
Same sort of guide, yeah. I would recommend using the Fox setup guide, a tuning guide, to dial that in. Obviously, on ride, on trail feel is where you'll really fine tune it. But use the Fox guide. It is a little bit different to your typical fork.
Okay.
If you like what you saw today,
please like and subscribe.